さあ、皆さん、こんにちは。Maxed Out Radio です。さあ、行きましょう。All right, welcome back to another episode of Maxed Out Radio. Thank you so much for watching. It has been quite a long time. As you can see, we have a new illustration on the page. Always exciting. This one features Max-chan. I'm going to call her Max-chan from now on. Is that okay with you guys? Max-chan? We'll go with Max-chan. We have a new illustration here. And this one took such a long time to make. So this character that you're seeing on the screen is actually a transparent PNG file. And so the background is separate from the image because I've been using this character for a lot of different things. Be sure to follow my illustration Instagram page, Burisuko illustration, or Burisuko Illust. I think it's only half of the word illustration. So Burisuko and then ILLUST. I will be sure to put it in the description. But I've been sharing lots of my illustrations on there, and this was one of them. So this illustration of this character, it took about maybe 50 hours, 50 hours. It took a long time. And that was just because I really had to think hard about the shadows. So you can see like where her guitar is. And yeah, it just improved a lot with drawing in this illustration. So now we have that on the page here. And today's episode, I just kind of wanted to talk about where Maxed Out is at. I haven't done one of these episodes in like over a month now. I think it's been such a long time. And that's honestly because I've been working so hard on this project. Me and the singer have been working on the music a lot. And we'll get to that later on when it's time. But also just the actual manga pages as well. Like, I have been grinding them out. I promise we are getting closer and closer to the release. I think it's going to be around the middle of August. That's what it seems like. And so right now I've just kind of been working on the pages. It's very, very, very difficult. Let me tell you, when I started to learn about mangaka and being a manga artist and just how difficult that is, I did not realize that they were 100% serious. It is some serious, serious work. I mean, I am in the studio pretty much all day drawing, so it is insane. But I have a fun little story to tell you, which is that I bought a guitar from Japan. This is one that I bought off of eBay, and I've been meaning to make a video about it on my other YouTube channels. But I bought a guitar from Japan. It is a Cherry Sunburst Les Paul, and I absolutely love this guitar. I bought it for pretty cheap, and I was not expecting it to come as fast as it did. It came to my house in like 3 days from Japan, which is crazy. And it's one of my favorite guitars to play now. So now we have the Pacifica that I always use, the one that Max is holding right now in this picture, is actually the same guitar that I own in real life. And so I've been using that to record and play a lot of the songs. But now I have this Les Paul that I've also been incorporating in the songs and using as kind of like the lead guitars for this. And I just realized I left the music on in the background. Are you guys okay with the music in the background? I feel like I'm going to leave it. So yeah, I don't think we have any questions on the last episode. I'll go and check really quick, but, you know, I don't expect that many views on these videos right now because of the fact that the story isn't out yet. So I don't think that many people are going to be watching it. So I don't think we have any questions or anything from the last episode, but I will check really quick here. But yeah, how's your guys' day going? How you feeling? Are you excited for Maxed Out? Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any comments. Maybe one, which was from our returning viewer. Shout out to Ultra Card Things. Always watching the episodes. Always appreciate it. They actually did have one comment here, which says, I sat up when you mentioned feeling stuck in a loop because, yeah, I felt that a lot in the last handful of years up until very recently. As corny as it sounds, one of my primary motivations for picking up guitar was to give myself something completely new to do with my time and break the loop. Well, that and a steady diet of watching guitar covers and band anime. Well, I have a feeling you are really, really going to like Maxed Out because that is essentially the whole premise of the first volume, which is really, really cool to see. And that was the goal. And you know, for Maxed Out as a story and Max-chan, as I will be referring to her from now on, That's one of Max John's biggest issues, is that she's stuck in a loop. And I can't wait to finally release the chapters, because I think how I'm going to do it is each episode is going to be structured around that chapter. So you guys can read the chapter, and then you can come to the radio show on YouTube, and I'll talk about the chapter and like what I was thinking when I made it, my thoughts about all the characters, how I went about doing that and stuff. And I think it'll be a really cool way for you to enjoy the story even further, because you'll have the music, you'll have the manga, and you'll have the radio show to listen to kind of get that behind the scenes look of what me, the author, was thinking when I created it, which is really cool. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And what a cool comment to have, especially about Max John being stuck in a loop, because that was an intentional design choice from me, because I feel like a lot of people feel like they kind of get stuck in a routine, including myself as well. And I think it's so important to like go out in life and try new things that you wouldn't necessarily try before. And that's essentially what this whole story is built on. So I can't wait to share with you guys how that develops throughout the volume. I have worked so hard on this. But today, I have a very special thing that I wanted to talk about, moving on from that, which is me as an author. What are my favorite anime? Because you'll start to get an idea of how I've structured my story based on what my favorite anime are. So I haven't really made a list, so there's no particular order of what my favorite anime are, but there is a few that I think definitely fall in the top 5. So I mean, number 1 and number 2 are very, very close. I don't think I will ever be able to pick a like favorite anime ever. I don't know if I have a favorite anime, but I have 2 that I really like that always fall in. They kind of share the number 1 spot, and that is Frieren and Bocchi the Rock. I love these 2 anime. They're so wildly different, but hilariously made by the same director in Saito-san, I believe is his name, right? If I'm not getting that mixed up, let me actually pull up my anime list here. I believe it's Keiichiro Saito, and I don't want to botch that because he definitely deserves to be recognized. So let me just look this up on my anime list really quick. And it is... Where is he at? I have no idea where... Okay, I'm having to dig deep here. I'm having to really dig deep. I believe I'm right anyways, so if I can't... Okay, yeah. Keiichiro Saito. There you go. So, Saito-san, arigatou gozaimasu. He has created a beautiful, beautiful production in Frieren, and also what an amazing story Bocchi the Rock was, right? Just such a fantastic anime, and obviously what has inspired this anime to come to light. But the cool thing about Maxed Out and Bocchi the Rock is that they're very different. So I feel like a lot of you guys will be able to read Maxed Out and not feel like you're getting a Bocchi the Rock Part 2. You'll feel like you're getting your own story, which, I really had that design choice in my head the whole time I was making this, because I didn't want people to pick up this story and think that they were just rereading Bocchi the Rock over again, right? And so I wanted to respect the boundaries of Bocchi the Rock and recognize that that was its own story, and it was okay to take inspiration from that and build my own story off of that. But of course, at the end of the day, make it my own and tell a story that was personal to me. So that's one of the reasons why I love Bocchi the Rock so much, was because it inspired that and basically this whole thing to happen. So I'm sure I will continue talking about that for years and years. But number 3 is actually a new one that I recently watched. This one came out of left field. I did not think I was going to love this anime as much as I do. And that is Sound Euphonium, or I believe the Japanese pronunciation of this show is Hibike Euphonium, which Hibike, does that mean like echo? Does it mean... I know sound is oto, so does Hibike mean echo, or does it also mean sound? I'm not quite sure. But the Japanese name Hibike Euphonium. If you have not watched this anime, it has 3 seasons to it, so it's quite long, and it is so good. And honestly, to be real with you, this story is a little bit more what Maxed Out is structured like. So Maxed Out is actually more similar to Euphonium than it is Bocchi the Rock, which is crazy. So if you have watched that anime before and you really like Euphonium, then you're probably really gonna like Maxed Out. So pretty cool stuff there. Pretty cool stuff. And that rounds out the top 3. Those are definitely my top 3 anime. I think that's hard to argue. I don't know. I mean, this is so difficult to pick 2 more in the top 5. There's so many different anime that I really like. I'm a big anime watcher. I watch a lot of anime. So it's hard for me to pick just 2 to fit in the top 5. But those top 3, for sure, if you were to ask me ever again, I would probably say the top 3 every single time. So, you know, there's so many great ones that I've yet to watch that are lined up on my list that I'm sure might go higher. I need to watch Clannad After Story, which I have heard is absolutely fantastic. I've heard it's an amazing anime. And I also want to watch Violet Evergarden, which is another beautiful anime, and I especially want to watch that one because Evan Call did the music for that one. So, you know, if we're I mean, obviously this is being made in the past. If Maxed Out ever gets an anime, obviously I'm a musician myself, so I would like to collaborate on the music with the show. Obviously, I've written the original album for the band, but for the actual background music of the show, man, I want the studio to hire Evan Call so bad. I would love for him to write the background music for this show. He is so talented, and it would just be so awesome to work with him. So in the future, if I'm talking to myself right now, get Evan Call to do the music, dude. Make sure you don't forget that. So I will definitely bring that up in the future if Maxed Out ever gets an anime. But yeah, obviously all those Kyoto Animation productions are always so fantastic. Chinibyo is another one of my favorite ones. I really enjoyed that show. And Maxed Out definitely takes a bit of inspiration from that as well, although wildly different stories. I don't think there's really anything in the storyline that's similar to Chinibyo and Maxed Out, but more visual aspects, like when you're presenting a mood board to present or pitch your anime to a studio. I think a lot of stuff would be in those Kyoto Animation productions for Maxed Out, which would be so cool. Can you imagine Maxed Out as a Kyoto Animation production? That would be crazy. So, I mean, as of right now, I'm sure you can understand there are no plans to get this animated. That is obviously my goal and my dream, but it's going to take a serious amount of work to get there. And so obviously it will have to become, you know, pretty popular and have lots of readers and engagement in the music and stuff for it to get to that point. So please, I'm folding my hands right now. I know you can't see it. Please consider supporting Maxed Out. It will help us reach that goal, and you can truly experience what Maxed Out was meant to be if it gets into its anime form. So thank you so much in advance if you do that. And I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. I mean, that's really where we're at. Not much has changed. I've just been working on the first chapter, just kind of wrapping that up. I think there's about 15 pages in the first chapter. It is a very light chapter, so just keep an open mind when going into it. It's not meant to drop that much information. That was an intentional choice. It's enough to have you understand what the story is about and what's going on, but it's not too much of a drop where, you know, everything's going to be revealed in the first 15 pages, right? Because obviously we're reading a manga and we're reading a story, so we gotta drag it out a little bit. We gotta let it sit for a while. And so there's 9 chapters in the first volume, and so it takes me about a month to do them, maybe a little shorter, maybe about 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks. So all 9 chapters should be out by the end of 2025, I think. So you'll have to check in regularly, and then when all 9 chapters are finished, I'm planning on putting the manga on Amazon for you to buy in whole and purchase it. So you know, we'll see if I live up to that statement, or excuse me, if I forget about that, but I should be able to do that. And And so that's kind of where we're at right now with the story itself. And obviously I'm working on the music every single day. And so it's a lot of work. It's why I haven't had much time to post these radio shows, is because every day, pretty much from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to bed, I am working on Maxed Out. So I haven't gone anywhere. But obviously, for those of you who came from my other YouTube channels, that is pretty much 100% the reason why I haven't been uploading, is because I am just working on this story all day, because I am fully committed to making this the best product it can possibly be, which is so challenging. It is so hard. It is so draining. There are nights, many nights, where I am staying up until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 11 a.m. So like 4 or 5 hours of sleep trying to make this work. So it's a tremendous effort to get this to where it is, and I can't thank the small team that I am building around me enough for the help that they are putting in, especially, you know, obviously the vocalist with the music and just other things like that. You know, just people that are helping me with this project. It is honestly, I'm so grateful for it. So anything else to talk about? I mean, I guess that's really it. I don't really have much else. I just wanted to do a little check-in episode and let you know where we're at. So, yeah, I would say keep your eyes peeled for about the middle of August. That seems to be the realistic time of when this is going to get published online. It will be free for you to read online. There won't be any paywall, so you can go ahead and I will try to get it on most manga websites. So whichever one you prefer, it should be on there. I know there isn't that many manga websites from what I understand, but I will make sure it is on there. It will be free for you to read. You won't have to pay anything, and the actual full volume itself, since it is a self-published work for this first volume, it will be self-published through like Amazon or something like that. So if you do want to support the manga as a whole, once it is finished, you can buy the published version on Amazon or something like that. And obviously the best way to support this project when it does come out is to stream the music. That will be a massive help, and I thank you guys in advance for doing that, because we have worked so hard on the music. But I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Just wanted to do a little check-in, not a little chicken. Just wanted to do a little check-in. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more radio show episodes. They will come out more frequently when the story's out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.